go live. So now we're live, and now I'll hit record. Hello, hello. Yep, that's all right. I think we're all good. Can you say something so I can see if it actually works?
I'm here.
Awesome.
Oh,
All right, let me hit the theme.
go. Noah.
Hello and welcome. We are the Aussie guys. I'm AJ. Here with me is G. How you doing?
AJ, good, mate. Good. Monday night. Bit unusual for us, isn't it?
It is a little bit, but, you know, the draft's coming up.
Oh, I know. I really put myself behind this year. I thought I gave myself plenty of time, but every year I keep looking at more and more wide receivers.
Yeah, you went full hog on the
Yeah. Yeah, I've probably got guys in there that, you know, will probably be what we definitely won't get drafted.
Oh.
They might be priority free agent picks, or they'll be camp bodies. But you know, I just feel that I don't want to miss out. You know, I'd hate to think that someone came through and I didn't see him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did that last year too, and some of them they made camp. Keelan Doss was one.
Yep.
That I brought up, and he's been in and out of the Raiders system, hasn't he? They sort of got rid of him, and then the fans sort of cracked it, and they brought him back, but it hasn't really done much. But you know, maybe second year, who knows?
Yeah.
Thanks, hey, Raven.
Well, I think he might not be with us anymore. I think he's going to you would hit the sack, and he's going to catch it a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
On his lunch break. Yeah. So.
Lunch break.
Dave's online as well. Hey, Dave.
How are you? How you going, mate, out there? Good, I hope.
Browns draft day for the Browns is always the Super Bowl, isn't it?
And he got the negative.
What's that?
He was got diagnosed as negative from COVID-19. Dave, during the week.
Tested.
Yeah, he got tested. Yeah, he was clear, which is great news. Yeah.
Well, that's always good.
I thought they might have put him in an MRI and got the all clear that you know there is actually something there. You're fine. You know,
in the noggin,
in the old noggin, the old grey matter's there, mate. You're okay.
Yeah. You just got off. All right. Nice work. So listen, G, we're going to talk tight ends. That might be a very quick show.
It's a little bit like that.
But I mean, there are some, and it's just, I think the thing that gives them a bit of a bad rap is that it's not like last year's class.
No. I was actually thinking that while I was in the shower. Strange place to think about tight. I was in the shower and I was giving my body a lather up, and I move around the back and touch my butt. And I thought, tight end. So I maybe start thinking about tight ends. But I did actually think that if there was a tight end last year, like near the top, I don't know. Well, the main guys went early, the Fants and
Hockenson
and that. So if someone had a drop down, you would have had a really good chance this year if you're an outstanding tight end. If you had been like a junior and maybe had another year, could have gone back. This year would have been a good year to come out. Like you would have been so far at the top of the list probably. Like Hockenson against these blokes.
Yeah.
The guy that I had behind Hockenson, Irv Smith, mate, he'd be ahead of all these blokes this year as well.
Right.
I wasn't a massive rat for Noah Fant, athlete before football player, but he's proved me wrong on a couple of occasions so far last year. That's
right,
fine,
isn't he?
Oh mate, I don't mind being proved wrong. That's great. Yeah, no problems at all.
Yeah.
He would have been right. He would have been number one in this class.
Right.
So it's not deep. So I must admit I've probably only looked at I don't know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 7. Just proving I can count. 8, 9, 10. I've only looked at 11 guys, and that's due to my poor effort of getting through people quicker. Yeah, running backs. I did a heap of running backs as well because the class is deep. I'm not saying there's a massive high end talent, but it's a deep linear curvage of talent.
And it's the tight end landscape is an interesting one, isn't it? Because the NFL is absolutely full of mediocre tight ends.
Yeah, mate, there's a ton of them. We just know that when we try and pick one for bloody fantasy, don't we? We're all trying to grab the top 3 or 4 blokes, and after that's like, I don't care who I get now.
Yeah,
they're all just whatever. You might be better off just going grabbing a couple later on and playing them on any given week, and go and grab a wild card. Just hope that there's an injury, and all of a sudden you found the old lightning in the bottle, so to speak.
Look. There's guys who could easily take a step this season, but that's a whole different conversation. Why don't you talk about? Well, what do you think is worth mentioning? The top 3, top 4?
Well, I have noticed as I go through the internet and people's rankings that the rankings are really starting dramatically to change.
Okay,
especially at tight end, have changed more than anywhere else. I feel.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started this, a lot of people had, let's say at number 1, and they may still have him as like Cole Kmet.
Right.
Like Cole Kmet to me is at number 6.
Oh, wow.
For me. Another one they had was Adam Troutman.
Yes.
He's 3 spots behind Cole Kmet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
Well,
who's your best one? And I'll put some footage up, and people can have a look while we're
okay. I had a 1A and I had a 1B, but
really?
Since that I've sort of I'll go my 1A first, and that's Devin. How do you pronounce that? Assisi?
Well, you're not making it easy for me.
No, it looks like Asia SI.
Oh,
yes,
Asia. SI. Yeah. I got it. UCLA.
So I don't know. He's out of UCLA, 6'2", 257 pounds. So I watched a couple of games from 2019, Utah and Washington State. And look, like we have to be upfront, is that we're watching game film, basically, like the actual footage, the broadcast footage. It's like watching wide receivers. It's like they disappear out of the picture. I don't know what the hell they're doing down there. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what route did they run? How did they get separation? And unless they replay it, but mate, we're sort of just guessing half the time. We don't have the footage where you get from goal to goal, so you see the whole field. That'd be great. You see everything that's going on. If someone could tell me how you can get that, that'd be fantastic. Geez, what are you putting up? It looks like it's from 1970. What highlights are you putting up?
Hang on, I'm just pressing play on it. There we go.
Geez, he moves very stuttery, or is that just the film, the picture, the picture quality?
They've done that.
Hey. What are they doing? Mate, don't be fancy. Just put the shit up there so people can see.
That's better. Now it's moving. Now it's... Oh,
mate, what do you... How's your internet? I was going to say, how's your internet? Are the girls on the internet upstairs?
No. No, look, I think they've done this as a fancy effect.
Don't give me fancy effect. Just show me the guy.
Okay. Well, you talk about him while I find a different one. Then.
Okay. Look, mate, what you're not going to see is his blocking. These are all going to be his receptions. Maybe go down. I'll tell you where to go. No, hold on. No, go back. Go back.
Yep.
I use. Who's the guy that I always use? That's that one. Just Bomb Productions. I hope you don't mind us using your stuff, mate. You do an awesome job of just putting good highlights together. No, you've gone past it now, AJ. Go back up. Go down.
That's
there.
Hunter
See,
Bryant, though. That one.
it is Hunter Bryant. My bad. I was just looking for.
Pick,
just pick one.
I'll just pick
the box. Put the box. What's this? No, don't put the user. Go back.
Yeah.
Go back. Mm-hmm. That's one I looked at when I looked at his highlight. The most underrated tight end in college football. No, he's wearing the. This one. That's the one.
Oh, that's the one with the funny effects in it, though.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
You sure it wasn't? Oh, we'll chuck the one above it then. See how that one goes.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, let's get on to him. And like I said, you're not going to see his blocking and that, mate. I'll just write everything that I wrote down about him. Mm-hmm. So I apologise if it doesn't make any sense, because sometimes it doesn't make any sense to me after I read it back, but it made sense while I was writing it. Seriously strong blocker with excellent technique, strong foundations and drive through the hips and legs to push defenders backwards. Ability to get off one block to another. His chip blocks are actually his chip blocks. He runs past the chip blocks and puts people on their ass.
Right.
It's not just a clip, mate. He puts them on their ass as he's running past and doesn't lose any momentum himself. Like, seriously strong guy. Has speed to really release off the line, cuts are sharp at the top of his stem, understands where to sit down in zone coverage, athletic for a 257-pound guy.
He's big. Sure.
He's a big dude. Big, strong, great, good set of hands. Look how far he's downfield.
Yeah.
Already.
That was in no time.
Yeah. He moves really well, except not on your internet connection. He doesn't.
He's not getting a lot of separation, though, in fairness, but I mean, he's a tight end. But
he's a tight end, dude.
Yeah.
Mate,
look at that. Well,
mate, look at what Gronk used to do, mate. He used to truck people. It didn't matter who was around him.
No.
I did have a few doubts about his quarterback when we were on the Fellas on Sunday, yesterday morning our time. I can't remember the name of his quarterback, but his quarterback's got to lay off the Red Bulls before the game. Mate, he's like, sometimes they can make you like really scattered.
Yep.
And that's how he plays. And the O-line didn't give him much help either, to be honest, mate. I comped them to a streetwalker. Mate, they're always open. He dropped some simple catches, but I must admit that a lot of the tight ends in this class dropped some absolute simple, straightforward. Hopefully, just look at that. The leap, athletic ability, just leaped over a guy for someone his size. You look at him get downfield. Like
he's outrunning a defensive back. But
yeah.
Anyway.
But, mate, it's not a bad effort. It's not a defensive back made. That's where you got to watch. Is he going to make ground up? Okay, in the pros, he might get caught. But he's giving you – he might have given you 35 yards before he gets caught. He's not going to get the touchdown. Who cares?
Yeah.
Drop some simple catches. They look like concentration one. Works well behind the linebackers to find open space. Gets good separation from trailing linebackers with strength of hand and the use of his frame. Works off linemen perfectly with timing. Needs to stay on his feet a bit more in contact. But I find that a lot of these big guys, and Eric Hebron was one that we absolutely caned for just that fact, wasn't it, when he came out? It's just how easily you flick him and the guy was down. Some of these big guys are a bit like that. You see them run through people, and sometimes it's just like, I don't know if they just lose their balance at the same point of being tackled. But he's my number one.
Okay. So you're 1A, as you said.
He's my 1A, yeah. Now, my 1B is more of a move tight end. Okay. And his name is Harrison Bryant out of Florida Atlantic. 6'5", 243 pounds. So if you want to chuck him. Go chuck him up. And then we'll
start talking. Harrison Bryant. Yeah.
Show spark off the release off the line. Cuts at the top from his stem are made with smaller steps to term, which is a bit disappointing. Like, he makes a couple of small steps. Sometimes he doesn't do it, so I don't know why he does do it sometimes. If he shows that he can cut without doing it, I should have paid more attention. Maybe he has a problem going a certain way and maybe he's no good going left, and he's got the Zoolander, the Derek Zoolander. He can't. What is it? Can't turn right. Maybe he's got that problem. What else? He's a very mate. He's nowhere near the blocker and the strength of Devin Cisse, but mate, he will block with 100% effort. He'll work on, mate. You're not going to block the best tight end, the best defensive ends in the league. There's not many tight ends that can, if any, really.
No,
Gronk was the exception, and there are just blocking tight ends that have a good crack. But mate, like blissing linebackers and things like that, no problems at all. Those sort of size guys off the edge. As you can see, he's like a big wide receiver. So I think he's valuable from the point, like not a lot of contested catches, but they do find space. You won't get too many.
Ooh, okay.
But he gets down the field. And that's what if he's an adequate blocker, which he is, and he gives 100% when he blocks, and you're athletic like that, mate, what's the difference between he blocks better than, put it this way, he gets down the field, I think, better than Noah Fant.
Okay.
And he blocks better than Noah Fant.
Right.
And everybody was a big rap on Noah Fant because of he's an athletic specimen.
Yes.
Now, is it because he's white that people don't, you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit like that. It's
it can be. You sort of think,
I'm not going down that sort of that laneway with the whole thing, but you know what I mean. There are points where we know it's a basketball thing. We can't jump. That's a truism if there ever was one, wasn't there?
That was a decent catch there. Got pretty low.
No, he's great. He's got the ability to get off one tackle to another tackle when he's blocking. He puts in 100% effort, I said, with every assignment, no matter what he asks him to do. Shows another gear. Like there's a couple of plays, I don't know if you'll see it here, but he has a second gear when he's got the ball, which you don't see from a lot of tight ends. That's it. You get one gear and, you're up and moving. But there's a contested catch. Doesn't get a lot of them, but he can do it. He's got a great set of hands, really good set. But he had a few easy drops as well. Concentration jobs.
He doesn't look huge.
6'5", 243. I think probably being So he's 2 inches taller, and what's that? And 14 pounds lighter than Devin Cisse.
Okay, so
I hope I'm getting his name right. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong every time I say it.
Oh well, we'll find out the definitive way of saying it.
And I say when I saw the extra gear, it actually surprised me. Like it's not something I expected to see from a tight end. Shows a drop or two, but overall shows really good, strong hands. Shows intelligence finding soft spots on zone coverage. Will shorten up his stem as he understands leverage. I didn't like the drop passes. He dropped the ball, which I didn't like. He was going across the middle. The linebacker was coming from the opposite direction. He knew he was coming. He caught the ball, and the ball popped out before he got hit.
Ugh, right. Okay.
So that was a little bit. I didn't like to see that. And that's about it. Balanced composure, good on impact, keeps on his feet through contact. I just really like the. Maybe it's the more because he's like a big wide receiver, but if you can get past with the blocking that he does do. Hey Ben, how you going, dude?
Hey Ben.
I like it. So he's my 1B out of the two.
He's your 1B.
Yeah, Devin was 1A and he's my 1B because Devin can get down the field. He's a bigger guy, far better blocker.
Okay.
I think he's only maybe a 2 or 3 star recruit coming out of high school.
Right. Okay.
Yes, there are a couple of tight ends, mate.
Not many.
There are. Yeah, you should have been here. You missed the start of it, mate. 10 minutes ago. You would have got your the guy to pick, but you won't get him now because I'll grab him
ahead of
you.
1B.
Well, this is my 1B.
1B. Okay. Well, then, hang on. Let me just switch this out here. So who's your 2 then, I guess, G? Or is it 3? If you've gone 1A and 1B, you're now 3.
Yeah, it's at 3.
Yes.
At 3, we got Bryson Hopkins out of Purdue, 6'4", 245 pounds.
Bryson Hopkins.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's spelt really weird.
Yeah.
Rycen.
His parents are probably a bit younger than me, and they probably, I don't know.
Trendy.
There's something when people got to like my age. I think it all started around when 90210. Sort of around that generation when they started having kids, they started giving like really, white kids really weird names. Like wanted to spell it differently. Like just spell it how it is.
Okay,
so
Bryson Hopkins.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Athletic tight end. Due to his size, probably 6'4", 245. Not he's big, but not.
Gee, he can celebrate. Great. This is awesome. Look at that.
Oh, mate, he's got a lot to celebrate.
The ref. Great.
He's got a lot to celebrate.
What a highlight! I can have a highlight like that.
We could probably put together something like this.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I've actually seen him play football. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, good. Nice space. Corner of the end zone.
Pretty basic.
Yeah.
This is mate. This is the best of his highlights. I'm in trouble, isn't it? If you're putting the best up at the start.
Yeah, not bad, but
Yeah, well, you expect that, wouldn't you?
He looks tall. How big is he?
He's 6'4".
Oh, wow. He doesn't look as big as Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that guys don't look big sometimes.
Yeah.
This guy, he looks tall.
See, what did he cut? Here we go. He's got some speed on him. He's got some wheels.
Yeah, doesn't he just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good form, too, when he runs. That's some good form. I see he digs his hips into his cuts, which makes him nice and sharp for a big guy. Again, has some easy drops. Gets off the line with accelerations. Needs to work on his stems at the end because it puts him. Sometimes he cuts into the way of a defender. I suppose that's the way the route's meant to run. But how about maybe shorten up your stem a little bit? Doesn't allow linebackers to reroute him, which is good. He's a fluid mover. He's not a bad blocker, but can be sort of pushed back a little bit. But unless you're a really good blocking tight end, that's going to happen to a lot of them.
Hey, that's pretty good time for a tight end.
Yeah, 4.66 to the combine. Thanks, Dave. Special stats man.
Yep.
So I think he's been moving up. He's one of the guys I've seen start to move around on mock draft for the tight end position anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it wasn't Troutman, Ben. No.
It wasn't Troutman. No. Troutman. We might be waiting while we see Troutman. Sorry. We'll have opinions. I'm more than happy to be. I'm happy to be wrong because it happens a fair bit. But you got to put somebody out there.
Oh, sure. Of course you do. Of course you do. All right.
I think I'm a little bit partial to guys, the tight ends that move more like athletes as well.
Okay. And, I mean, are you also partial to, I mean, you're grading, because you have a bit of a leaning towards wide receivers, that wide receivers.
And the bigger wide receivers too.
Correct.
So there's probably that's a fair call. I've never thought of it, but there's probably a bit of that involved.
So there could be a cracking tight end in this class who's a fantastic blocker and will be on the field a ton.
Yes.
You're not necessarily rating that guy.
Well, look, I'll be honest, once tonight's done, and even after the draft is been completed, I'm going to keep looking. I keep looking at guys. In the end, I'll put some out, but mainly it's because I don't want to miss anybody, even for my own fantasy teams.
Right.
So I'll keep looking. So I'm keeping you up.
Long day. Now, these tight ends aren't helping. So,
no, that's not too bad. Mate, some of them move better than some of the wide receivers I watched.
Yeah. Yeah, but you watched a lot of wide receivers. Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you want to move on?
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, the next guy I've got is Joshua DeGuria out of Cincinnati. Josiah. That's not how you spell Joshua, is it?
Josiah, isn't it?
Josiah.
DeGuria. Yeah,
yes, DeGuria out of Cincinnati. Yep.
Oh,
now, when we were on with the fellas, we were talking about what they asked us. I think Seth asked us, "What do you look for the most?" When we're looking at a player, and my answer was 100% effort all the time. And then I look at So this guy, you're not going to see it obviously because there's the highlights. He's 100% effort guy all the time, blocking no matter what he'll block when the ball's getting run down the right side and he lines up on the left-hand side. He'll line out wide. He'll line out wide as a receiver and he'll still block when he's out there. And the ball's the other end of the field, the other side.
Okay.
Good release off the line, has pop. Snapsies. Now, this is something else we spoke about with the fellas. There's a lot of tight ends that I noticed is they run to the top of the stem, and then they'll get to the position they're meant to get to.
Yep.
And then they'll turn around and face the quarterback. Where he as soon as he cuts the top of his stem, his head snaps back straight away.
Okay.
Which I really liked.
Yep.
I could almost have a 3A and a 3B, to be honest, between him and Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah.
I could swap him around.
Okay.
He can come to a real sudden stop on his routes, which is great for, he's only 6'2", 242. So he's more around the, I think, what was Jordan Reed? He was around the 6'2" mark, wasn't he? About 240 odd.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and I thought Jordan Reed could have been anything if it wasn't for the concussions.
Oh yeah, my word.
Routes are sharp and sudden, change of direction, great effort to chase down. He chased an opponent. I don't know if it'll see it on here. The quarterback was intercepted.
Yep.
Mate, and he chased, I don't know if it was a safety who intercepted or a linebacker, and he chased him all the way and saved a touchdown. And he ran past everybody, yeah.
Okay.
Gets north-south quickly. As soon as he gets the catch, he's heading north-south. Strong blocker that engages quickly and holds onto the block all the way through.
Yep.
Runs with intent and will lower the shoulder until oncoming traffic. Strong hands, catch naturally away from the body, which is I love in receivers. It looks like it's just something that they do. It's like catching the ball is not the main weapon. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just something they can naturally do, as we've always spoken about. Dante Pettis, who blew his chance, or so far he has. Well, he was just a natural catcher of the ball.
Yes,
it's not something you have to think about. There is one that I think it's that catch actually, and I wrote that down. I don't now. I don't know if it was that one. There's another one very similar where he catches and he cradles the catch. I'd like to see him get his body round and catch it face on, facing the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because I think a catch like that in the pros, he has to go and get it more and not let it come to him because whoever's covering him will probably be there.
Yes.
So maybe not to catch it, but to just to knock the ball down.
Yep. No, that makes sense.
So that was it. But yeah, that was so you could probably say between him and Bryson Hopkins they're on par.
Okay. 3A, 3B.
Yeah, and look and really DeGuria could easily take that spot away from him if I watch some more.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so how many have we had? We've had 4.
Yeah.
Okay, now I did put Cole Kmet at number 6.
Okay.
Could be a good option to stay in Cincy. Could be if they draft him. I don't think it's up to him. Yeah. I suppose if he's undrafted free agent, he gets to pick where he wants to go.
I guess so.
But okay, this
Cole Kmet,
next. No, we're not going to have Cole Kmet. Holcomb's not up yet. No, we're going to have a guy that I put a lot of question marks next year because I don't really know what he is as a player. And that's I'm going to give it a go. Okawag. No, I might even try it. No idea. Just call him Albert O.
Oh, I was going to say it's Albert O, isn't it?
Yes, Albert O. So the big tight end, 6'5", 258. Go, you going to give it a crack?
No, not.
Ooh.
Aquabunum?
No, it's longer than that.
Everyone says Albert O.
Yes, so we could call him out of Missouri. Yes. And look, I started watching him, and because I've heard like a lot of people talk about him. Yeah, I think he ran a cracking time at the combine.
Yes. Big Al, Dave said. Big Al.
Big Al.
Yep.
And I started watching him. I said, slow to engage when blocking downfield.
Yep.
And he is. Like a guy with foot quickness on the defense will have no problems getting around him. Can get stood up and bent backwards when blocking in the pros. They could actually, some players probably snap him in half. He gets bent back that much in college.
Now, Dave's 40 time. Now, I asked you 4.49 for a tight end. Wasn't it some sort of record, though, Dave? Was that, I can't recall. But that's got to propel him up draft boards, hasn't it? Because there are some GMs who will just salivate over.
Yeah, I think they'll start to look at his blocking and start. Oh, look at the size of his hands. Mate, his girlfriend must be wrapped. Hey, holy shit! I'm too scared to measure my hands. Far too scared. But I'm worried about his blocking. He's not a very good blocker. He looks really lethargic in that aspect. And then I wrote down here, I don't see the combine speed, especially with the acceleration off the line. And that was in the Ole Miss game. And then I watched this. Then I watched the South Carolina game, and mate, he just disappeared off the screen. So I thought, well, where has that been? Then if you look again, we're watching highlights, but if you go and watch his games, he's not really used as a downfield threat that often. Like it looks like he is here, but this is his highlights probably over the whole time he's in the college system, right?
Yeah.
But he's they got him running like, little 5-yard dig routes and crosses and stuff like that. Like everything works within 10 yards from the quarterback. But as soon as they just let him run downfield, mate, it's a different guy taking off at the line.
Right.
Like you see the speed.
Yeah.
And that's what I think an NFL team will see, that, mate, we're going to get this guy 10 yards plus down the field all the time.
Yep.
Like, I don't know why that's on a highlight. Anybody can do that. But even you could probably run that one in it, AJ.
That's right. Hey, not a bad call by Dave here. He says a perfect fit for Las Vegas.
Yep.
They like speed and big units. Look for Gruden to get him. Yeah,
I reckon Gruden again is going to get really pissed with his blocking though.
Oh, okay.
What's the A-line like in Las Vegas?
It's average.
Okay. Yeah,
is my gut feel. I'd have to look up Pro Football Focus and see.
And now he was another one, like I spoke about, not snapping his head back. He'll get to the position he's meant to be, then he'll turn around. Dude, just he's got to learn to snap. When you cut, your head snaps back straight away, because mate, they might not have time for you to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
Average at best.
Thanks,
mate.
Yep.
Dave. Well, I put question marks. I don't know if you can see. I just got question marks because I don't know who he is.
Hashtag analysis,
mate. But he shows great ball tracking ability when he's downfield. He's got a strong set of hands, and mate, he's going to be a threat in the red zone for someone who moves that quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and you get linebackers trying to cover a tight end who runs a 4.49? What was it? 4.4 something, high 4.4s.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons, you know, he might have his work cut out for him as well.
Sure.
You know, coming out. Who else? Right. Who's a quick tight end? Who's a quick linebacker? Who's someone with speed, agility? There's a few of them going around.
Oh yeah, my word. But I mean that's
you're not expecting to cover you're not expecting to cover a tight end that moves that quickly.
No, most tight ends are like icebergs.
Well, you had one playing for you for a long time, and he did all right as an iceberg. Okay, so now we get to Cole Kmet.
Okay.
Yeah, 6'6", 262 pounds. I watched 3 games. I try and watch 3 games. Sometimes I have to watch 2018 film, and really, if I was doing this properly, I should be watching 2018, 2017 and see the improvement. But to be honest, we don't do this as a job, AJ. So this is, you know, after hours, after work, and all our commitments are over.
Yes.
So I just said, he was the first one I watched, and I expected, like, he was at the top of so many boards.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I've heard the name. Yeah.
And I'll probably get it wrong, and that's fine. I don't mind. But like I said, you know, what did I say? Stiff-hipped, runs in the robotic style. Don't see Matt's athleticism in the way that he moves. Blocking is a mixed bag. Concerned at the next level that he will struggle with faster and more agile defensive ends and outside linebackers that are steps ahead of what he's faced in the college system. I don't see that powerful a guy. I don't see a natural hands catcher. A lot of body catches with some poor hand position.
Yep.
And then I watched the Virginia game. That was the Georgia game. Then I watched the Virginia game and thought, well, his hands look a lot better in this game. Maybe he's just having a bad day.
So inconsistent.
That's what I say. He's inconsistent. He's blocking. Like the blocking in the Georgia game wasn't great. The Virginia game was far more aggressive. The Boston hard to bring down after the catch, especially when tackling from above the waist. And double clutches a lot of balls too.
He does a good point. Did you see that?
Oh, does he, mate?
He had a first down. He pointed. Very good.
It's all in the point. If you point correctly, you're going a long way. Now, if we notice the point, he's obviously getting a lot of first downs because we've noticed he's doing it. Or maybe we noticed he's doing it because he doesn't get that many.
It used to irritate me about Kelsey, but it's grown on me. But Kelsey just like celebrate every first down, but it's like, or every catch, but
yeah.
You know, it's grown on me now.
You don't mind it?
I don't mind it now.
He does it with aggro, though, doesn't he? That's what I like about him.
Yeah, with intent. Yeah.
His highlights look all right.
Oh, yeah, they look all right. Ben saying had terrible quarterback play to contend with, don't forget. Well, a lot of them did.
Yeah, but Ben, too, like I see him do which you're not going to see, which I saw, you know, a good few balls, double clutch, which are easy catches, and that's got nothing to do with the quarterback.
If you single clutch, if you double, well, I was going to say you have one bite at the cherry in the NFL.
Yeah,
don't you?
Yeah.
Then you're getting cleaned up.
Yeah,
or intercepted, or it's getting smacked out of there. Okay. Cole
Kmet. So,
yeah. All right.
Mate, geez, I should have watched his highlights. Maybe I might have changed my mind about him.
But highlights are highlights. They don't.
Yeah, I'm only going by what I see in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
See, he doesn't look very athletic when he gets the ball. He doesn't look like the guys that we've seen. He doesn't have that. He's not very flexible through the hips. He looks very stiff-legged when he runs.
Okay.
You know, and I think sometimes if you have to have, you don't have to be, you're better to be a football than an athlete, but you have to have a really good part of your game as an athlete.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to remember, the hardest thing that I keep saying, and I'll say it all the time, is you have to try and project these guys playing against, you know, NFL caliber linebackers and.
Yeah. Now listen, one guy that is certainly being mentioned a lot, and I hear his name a lot, is Troutman. So,
okay, you want Troutman? Let me pull him from.
Well, just tell me I don't
down the back.
Up the highlights of him, but I mean, what was your impression of Troutman?
Let's see. You're not going to put him up? Put him up. 6'5", 255 pounds. I saw the San Diego game, which was pouring with rain. Jacksonville game and the Drake game. So and also, just they're the teams I mentioned, right? San Diego, Jacksonville, and Drake.
Okay.
They mate. Are they playing in any championship games? They're probably playing some bowl game in the middle of, the Arizona desert somewhere where there's about 10 people turning up.
Right.
But that's another one, level of competition.
Yeah, true. Yep.
And really, I'm trying to think of the tight. Who's the tight end that came? Was it Goddard or who was the tight end that came out? He's playing like some third division college. But I'm trying. Was it Goddard? I can't. No, it wasn't Goddard. I'm trying to think who it was. And he dominated, like seriously dominated.
Well, you have to, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't see Troutman, like, when you watch the game, I don't see him dominating. Like, he's really good. Like, he's the team's best receiver.
Yes.
He's their weapon. Mate, mate, you look at him on the field, and that's one thing that stood out. Mate, he's like a foot and a half taller than everybody out there. Like, look at him. Mate, he looks like a grown-ass man. Look at the size of him. Look, mate, now this is what I took. This is why I didn't rate him that highly. Is I looked at a lot of things that he did, and I went back and I looked at the size of the guys that he's lining up against.
There's no one in the stands,
mate. Some of these guys he's playing against, mate, look like first year out of high school. No, I'm serious. They're tiny.
Yep,
they're tiny. So you've got.
He's open. I mean, nice.
Yeah, he's got three midgets playing on him.
It was way open.
Look at three of them. Got no idea what's going on. Three guys. Where am I going? So that's what you're up against. There's no
highlight. Yeah. Okay, a catching.
Yeah, like he's dragging two kids, mate. The top of this kid's helmet only didn't come up to his shoulders.
Yes.
Like, you should be dragging people like that into the end zone.
Yes.
From a couple of yards out.
Yep. Hey, Dave just put this up. So just going back to Big Al, ran the same 40 time as CD Lamb. So there you go. And CD Lamb supposed to be the top wide receiver prospect.
Oh, he's my number one.
Yes. Yeah. So that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, but mate, see, mate, 40 times impressive out of a tight end and at that speed, but Troutman, you're talking about Troutman bed separation's a big issue. I just said looks strong in the run game as a blocker. Definitely concerned with the level of competition, size and strengths at this level. Obviously, you can see it in the highlights. Shows aggression in the blocking department. A great trade at any level of competition. It is that's a mindset thing. Whether you're driving however the competition is. If you're giving 100% when you block him, I don't care what level you're at. Lacks drive forward to run through guys. Has strengths and aggressive hands. Uses to swat away defenders, and allows to get release. Occasionally he'll run his route instead of he'll cut the stem shorter. What else will he do? And then you see him he'll cut straight into and get to his top of his stem and run it straight into a linebacker.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, well, 1 minute you're showing me, some good understanding, and the next minute you're just running the route as it get to this point and cut. Terrible hand positions on some drop TDs versus San Diego. Actually, I said the worst I've seen from any tight ends or wide receivers, actually.
Yes.
Dropped 3 balls in the end zone. He had a one-handed attempt when he could have used both hands and dropped one under pressure. He had three dropped TDs in one game.
Right. Wow.
Or maybe 2 games.
Yes.
Out of the 2 that I watched.
Okay.
What else? Anybody else saying about him? I didn't see what was just at the bottom. I said he's got excellent high point contested catch for a touchdown versus Jacksonville. Shows multiple moves on his routes. Still concerned how easily he goes to ground. He dragged 3 defenders around. But if you look at the way that the 3 defenders tackled him, that's not how you bring down somebody. You don't jump on his back. You grab him around the legs or the knees or and I said that's never happened in the pros. That's not how they tackle.
No.
I just said the hands for me is a concern.
Well, gee, listen, you've covered off what now? 7?
About 7, yeah. We've got, if you want to do, we've got a couple more.
Well,
another.
Probably.
Do you want to put up? We'll put up another guy that's pretty high on people's boards, and he's ahead of Troutman, and he probably he's just behind Cole Kmet for me, and that's Hunter Bryant out of Washington.
Bryant.
Yeah, 6'2", 239 pounds.
Didn't we do Hunter Bryant already?
No.
Oh, we didn't.
No, we have not.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
No, we saw his highlight reel. Remember, that's probably where you're getting confused.
Okay, that is.
Ran a 4.74 at the combine, which is a good speed, but he looks quicker. Play speed.
Yes.
Vert wasn't great, only a 32.5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not great. But he's a big guy. But he's not huge. He's only 6'2", 239.
No, that's not big for a tight end, is it?
No, not at all. No. So I watched the Oregon, Arizona, and Utah game. The Utah game, if you're going to go and watch one, is by far his best showing. Move tight end that just won't stand up as a pros as a blocker, unfortunately. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Too easily moved, run over, shoved to one side, lacks size and power. Too slow off the snap and too slow to react to guys with quick feet coming off the edge.
Sounds like you're describing me.
Maybe I'm describing any verse, mate, playing in the pros.
That's right.
Actually, they don't have to run around us, mate. They just run straight through us. Nice catch, nice one-handed catch. But
yeah.
Everybody's catching with one hand these days, aren't they?
That's
right. The in thing.
Yes.
But he's an athletic guy. He's a big wide receiver, basically. And if he starts to, because he's blocking, I'm not impressed at all with his blocking's. I thought terrible. So if you're going to go, okay, he's a move tight end, we're not going to use him as a blocker, and you go, okay, a 6'2", 239 guy runs a 4.74, only a 32-inch vertical. Mate, I could go and get a wide receiver that's a hell of a lot better than that.
Yeah.
And I'll just go get a block. I'll just go get a blocking tight end.
There's probably
if I need that.
tight ends that are probably just as good.
But actually, you're probably right.
Yep.
You're probably right. Excellent downfield under pressure on the hand catch. There might have been the one hand one. I said, mate, don't think you're going to build your career off that. I said more like a larger, less athletic wide receiver. Routes are rounded. No true knee bend and lack a bit of flexibility through the hips. Hands are okay. Sore drops, double clutches.
Yeah.
Looks to be a bit stiff-legged when running. Has usable downfield speed. Seems to be consistent on the ground. Seems to be consistent on the ground when blocking. Effort of blocking can't be questioned. So it's not that he can't. The effort's not there. It's just that he's not very good at it.
Right. Dave's come back with a couple. I'm guessing these are in the record books for tight ends.
Oh, okay. I was going to start them. No, they might not be.
Colby Parkinson, Stanford, 6'7", 252. 4.7740. Wow. Stephen Sullivan from LSU, 6'5", 248, and a 4.6640.
Okay. Well, like I said, I haven't got round to looking at all of them yet, and I apologise for not having more. But I think most of these guys aren't going to get drafted, are they?
No, that's right. So when you get to that,
they're definitely not on your fantasy team.
Oh no!
And that's what we're here for in the end, aren't we? For fantasy,
absolutely.
I got Jared Pinkney out of Vanderbilt.
Well, why don't you just pick one more to put up? Is there a name that we've missed, like a name people will know?
Yes, you know who that is too, don't you? That's why you're asking me.
Who is it?
Thaddeus Moss.
Oh yes, Thaddeus Moss. Yes, you're right.
Thaddeus Moss, the son of the great Randy.
Correct.
Out of LSU, 6'2", 250 pounds.
Ooh,
dude's a monster.
Unit. Yeah, he is a unit. Okay,
just chuck him up. I said physical guy as a blocker. Put some nice hip and shoulders, and he tattoos guys, mate. He seriously cleans dudes up. Pedestrian
Randy Moss's son.
Pedestrian speed is being complimentary. Bigger linebackers will have an easier time with him in the pros, as he's not hard to cover during routes.
Right.
Excellent balance and strengths when blocking. Good foundation. Will be a tight end that moves the chain, as he would get contact yards after catch.
Okay.
LSU ran a ton of running plays to his side. A ton.
Right. Okay.
Absolute ton. Strong hands, which is probably from his father.
Yep.
Guys playing press coverage on him when he lines it, mate. Because of his size, he just swats them away.
Hey, there's Randy Moss.
There's Randy.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he where he finishes up in if anybody drafts him.
Right.
Like stuff like that. And look at his quarterback.
He might get drafted just because of the name cachet.
Can't complain. And look at Burrows. I haven't done the quarterbacks this year, which is pretty poor, but I think it's pretty simple. The top guys are the top guys, but mate, you just see him stand in the pocket then and just
look at
take one.
That ball. Anyway, yes,
just stands there. So that's it. Some guys.
Let me switch back here.
But like I said, we're just sort of concentrating on the top guys. Well, my top guys anyway. Whether or not everybody else thinks they're the top guys, we'll have our own
absolutely.
opinion.
G, do you want to just go through that list again? What from top to bottom? Top to bottom.
We go through all my papers again. That's right, mate. Okay.
So 1A and 1B.
1A is Devin Asizio.
Just to make you say the names.
Asiai. Any of those will do. I've probably got them all wrong. Out of UCLA. He's my 1A.
Mm-hmm.
My 1B is Harrison Bryant out of Florida Atlantic. More of a move tight end.
Yep.
My next one, which is probably, like I said, it could be a 2. We've got 1A, so we're down to the 3s, aren't we now? So it could be a 3A and a 3B. So, mate, take your pick between Bryson Hopkins out of Purdue, and then how do you pronounce his name then? His first name, Josiah,
I reckon.
Josiah DeGuria out of Cincinnati.
Yep.
I probably should sort of do some homework on how to pronounce these names probably. They're my top guys, and then after that we have Cole Kmet, Hunter Bryant, Adam Troutman, then Hunter Bryant, and then I have no idea what he is Albert O. I don't know where to put him, to be honest. I haven't looked at Matt Waldman's. I know Matt grades everybody, and he has the process that he has, and I
I
don't know where he has him, and unless you get a lot more film, and you can, I don't know how you can judge him because he's just all over the shop. Do you judge him on what he could be?
Yeah,
there's a bit of that.
Well, I haven't looked to see where Matt has those guys, so I might have a look after this and see how on the money or otherwise you are. But who knows? Who knows? And
probably a mile away from betting on the money.
It can take a few years. Like, it's a rare thing that a guy comes out like a Kittle, sort of blows up the NFL.
Well,
it doesn't happen that often.
Now let me have a look. I'm just on here. I'm just having the Draft Network.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have a look at what the rankings are for tight ends and the positions that they've got them. So let's go down to tight ends. Okay, they have Hunter Bryant, Washington number. I don't know, actually. Do they put ranking 72? I suppose they have ranked him at 72. So that's 72 overall. So they've got Hunter Bryant, Bryson Hopkins, Adam Troutman, Cole Kmet. So I haven't done too well so far, judging by these guys. Then they've got Devin CZI, Thaddeus Moth, then Dugara, then Albert O, then Harrison Bryant. So, so I'm way off judging by that.
Right.
And then we have, what's the other one we have? Another one is the Walter Football, sorry. WalterFootball.com.
Yeah, Walter Football, yeah.
So their tight end rankings, who have they got at number one? They've got Adam Troutman number one.
Right.
Cole Kmet number two. Thaddeus Moss number three.
Wow, okay.
Colby Parkinson out of Stanford. Well, Dave put that up, didn't he? Colby Parkinson. I'll have to go and have a look at Colby Parkinson. Albert O at number 5. Geez, I'm not doing too well. Jared Pinkney out of Vanderbilt, which I've done at 6.
Yep.
Hunter Bryant 7. Stephen Sullivan out of LSU at 8. Geez, I'm not doing too well. I'm just having Bryce Hopkins 10. I'm just looking at my guys.
Yeah.
Harrison Bryant 11. Oh God, I'm in deep shit. And Dugara 13. But that's okay. I don't care, mate. No.
Who knows how NFL teams view this tight end class, G? And look, I think it's a fair comment. A lot of commentators are saying, we're not going to see a tight end pick in day one.
There we go. PlayStation's over.
Yeah. We may not see a pick in day 2, G.
I
don't know. Day 2, maybe.
Mate, who? Who's that desperate for a tight end?
Who knows? Who knows?
I have no idea. I think there's a lot better wide receivers and players like that I'd rather go. Yeah. Why would you take one of these tight ends just for the sake of taking a tight end?
Day 2, there's going to be, the running backs that'll be on the board, the wide receivers that'll still be on the board. There's going to be some real depth.
Yeah.
Cornerback, the cornerback class is deep, so you're going to be able to get really good cornerbacks. And it's kind of like when a class is deep like that, you kind of want to, like, a lot of teams will be hitting those positions, I think.
Yeah, so you probably get like a really big runner probably in day 2, running backs, wide receivers somewhere in there, won't you?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and corners.
Let's wrap this up. This will be almost the first for us. It's ticking 58.
Let's get it out quick before an hour.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. This was Tight Ends. It's a it's not a strong class necessarily.
No, it's not. It's not last year's class. There's no Irv Smith in here to get me all sort of excited about what it could be.
Absolutely. So anyway, it is what it is, and this is just some names that you might hear on draft day.
And look, someone's gonna pop out of this class.
Oh yeah. It always happens. And there's some interesting storylines like Albert O, for example. Like where is he going to go? How high is he going to climb up that board?
Who is he? How do you pronounce his last name?
Exactly. Lots of storylines. How will Roger Goodell butcher his name?
I'm quite interested to see what Goodell's basement looks like.
I'm willing to bet it's bigger than our house.
I'm guessing there's probably a pretty good chance of that. I reckon. Maybe not your house, but my house for sure.
Television studio size. Yep.
It'd be interesting to see. Maybe there'll be some things down there that you forgot to hide in the cupboard.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Sorry that I didn't do more tight ends, and I'll get onto a few more. But now I'm just looking for me now. Not worried about everybody else.
Yeah,
just for me.
All right, let's wrap this up, G. Thanks so much for coming on and talking tight ends.
No worries, mate.
And thanks to everybody who's tuned in. And
thank you.
Draft's coming along. Bring it on.
Looking forward to it. Are you watching it live?
Yeah, I will be watching it live, yeah.
Yeah, I see Ben and a couple of the guys are thinking about doing a Zoom chat during. We should probably jump on here if we can and talk about it and get all the guys on it. Whoever wants to join in and
anyone.
We'll just talk. It sounds like a plan. We'll organise it. All right.
Okay.
Let's do
it.
All
right. Thanks everybody. Catch you later. I'm going to hit end broadcast. Thanks everybody. See ya.
Bye.
I should say I'm getting lousy at signing off. On behalf of G and myself, thanks for listening. Catch you next time.